We have exactly, my clock says 6 minutes for the session. I have about 18 questions. My technical team will help me to flash those questions. First one is from Abdul. You said from insurgents to narcotics terror, nexus to drone institution, the threat from matrix of eastern border has dramatically evolved. In your assessment, what is the most underestimated emerging security threat in the region, and is for in our current security architecture agile enough to counter it?
You see, northeastern region, earlier times we heard of the great game being played by British colonial India and Tsarist Russia, keeping Tibet as the frontier zone where the Tibet and Afghanistan, where the great game is being played. A lot of commentators are stating that is there a revival of that great game, and possibly northeast and the adjoining areas, is that the playfield of the great game that is being played by the external powers now, the important powers now. There are several pointers towards this. You know, that's the biggest threat, I think, which poses to the integrity of the Northeast as well, you know. Because the way the regime changes have taken place in Bangladesh or in Nepal or the internal turmoil in Myanmar, we also hear of, you know, a humanitarian corridor which is being pushed at from Bangladesh to Myanmar. With what interest? You know, is it really a humanitarian corridor, or is it to supply arms and weaponry to the ethnic armed groups or certain interested parties in Myanmar to fight the Myanmarese armies? So that's one area of, you know, concern for us.
The next question is again from Kallul Talukdar. We keep seeing the border tensions among the any states due to the poor demarcation of boundaries. This can cause internal disturbances in the long run. Even if administration seems to not take it seriously at times, what could be done to save it? It's about the demarcation.
I think, yes, we also have to look at the international borders and also our domestic borders. A lot of the domestic disputes that are between Arunachal, Assam, Mizoram, Assam, Meghalaya, we have seen that those flashpoints have emerged in recent times, and this can really be a potential disruptor to the integration of Northeast India itself. So I think instead of playing one against the other, I think there has to be a kind of a cohesive kind of an approach towards resolving these border disputes, because these are very historical border disputes as well, and this requires long years of negotiations. I think there is a genuine intent in terms of the leadership of these particular states to actually come together to the table, talk about it, but it is in our interest, collective interest, to actually not have a kind of a bordered, kind of a fractured understanding within Northeast. These are also connected to resource, or also connected to how we seek the dependencies between, and the traditional markets that the hats, bazaars that we had between Nagaland and Assam, in Assam, Bangladesh, even Meghalaya and Assam, Arunachal and Assam. These dependencies are there. And we need to tap into them creatively and bring those to a closure very soon, and that will be very critical for us.
I have 23 more questions, but sorry, my clock says I can only take one more. That is from Safdar. If I can see them in the screen, I don't know. But anyway, Safdar is talking about Professor Singh, by prioritizing trade and tariff with China, especially after the Trump tariff war, is Prime Minister Modi at risk of repeating Nehru's 1962 mistake of trusting China, even amid aggression in Arunachal and other borders regions like we saw in Doklam 2020 standoff?
Now, the relationship between India and China is also shaped by various factors. So at the same time, what we have seen is that we have seen lots of maturity in the relationship between these two great nations. So as a result of that, although these two countries are competitors in many fields, and we also try to see these two countries, sometimes we tend to see the two as the enemy, but at the same time, what in terms of various other, say, in economic and trade relationship, there is the relationship is growing. So this economy will play very, very important role in the kind of relationship that India and China will develop over the period of time.
Thank you very much. That's the end of the first session, technical session. Remember, 3 countries, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Myanmar, are going for election in next 6 months. And we are in the middle of that. 3 neighboring countries, Myanmar, they are going for election. Nepal, the new government has come, and probably an election will be coming in around 4 or 5 months. Bangladesh has declared the election, so 3 new governments are coming. Don't know what, it's basically a tussle between China and USA. In between we are, so Northeast will remain some sort of in a hot seat for foreseeable future, and I will keep meeting and keep asking, keep debating, keep writing about these issues in time to come. Thank you very much.
এটা বাড়িতে লাগালে বিয়েটা তো জানি না কি ভাঙবে না
রুমটা না হলে বাড়ি স্ট্রং নয় রুমটা স্টিল টিএমটি বার একদম সলিড
পাহাড়ে এটা হাইকিং স্টিকের কাছেও লাগতে পারে
ওই কেচা